Hello, y'all. It's 11:02 p.m. Well, nobody came through and helped me with the hotel room out of the weather, but it looked like as if the bad weather and the rain, it looked like it eventually stopped. I wasn't sure how long it was gonna be, and it wasn't accurately what everybody was said it was gonna be. So wow, it was all quiet, and then when I started the video, I hear a lot of noise and people talking and stuff. But I had a lot of annoyances today, but I had a couple of good things that happened. But I had a lot of annoyances today, and started off early in the morning this morning with abusive narcissistic perps online. I got a lot of harassment online. So well, I haven't been able to, and I haven't been posting that much extra on TikTok. But that fake wannabe perp, that fake wannabe Darnell Williams, the wannabe sex trafficker, he fraudulently and illegally figured out or found out that and I didn't even tell anybody, or I didn't even post up TikTok videos to YouTube in the past few days ever since and I really think that was him falsely reporting all of my videos, like whatever video that's about my short stories, or whatever video that of me exposing the gang stalking, or me asking for help. Those are the videos he takes and falsely reports those on TikTok and successfully get them taken down. And my TikTok account is about to be wiped out. So I reactivate. I re-downloaded and logged back in to TikTok, and he started back up again with the dumbass fake comments or whatever. And I'm appalled. The video that I showed y'all about the Social Security office, for somebody to wait 6 days later and successfully get that video taken down rather than get it taken down right away. That was somebody who maliciously just wanted to get me in trouble. So I can't even get that video back, but I have it saved privately somewhere else. So he got that video wrongfully taken down, and a bogus, I already exposed that here on YouTube. So I really believe that that's him falsely reporting all my damn videos in hopes that and then making false troll comments. And, I already showed y'all in the past of him talking about, "You'll never get rid of me, Candy. I will always be watching you. I know what you smell like. I can see through your eyes what you see." And just very, very creepy. And he's satanic. And it seems like anybody that's satanic always get away with, or it's like you can never get any closure or justice, or you can never get the upper hand with whatever wrong, evil, or abuse that they do, or whatever crimes that they commit. They always get rewarded or get away with it. And then this other online perp was making harassing comments this morning. At first I thought it was Starbricker, but then I saw the person was way in UK, so I figured it must be Lee Wang under a different account that typed in a way that sounds identical to Starbricker. And so yesterday and today I had the intense online harassment and perping and them lying, manipulating, and twisting everything And then you know that they're a perp when they try to manipulate you to feel bad. You know, when they be like, well, you did such and such to that poor Indian guy. No, I exposed the truth, and y'all didn't want to believe me about him trying to take advantage of trying to slick and scam his way for you know a fake deposit. He wasn't supposed to charge me a deposit, but he kept trying to gas. I mean, I showed y'all what he did, So, and then whoever online perp that was, if that wasn't Lee Wang, I'm like, what are you doing all the way in the UK, meddling in my business and obsessed with what I eat and everything, And then try to talk about that abscess in my mouth is a cancer. I never even heard of such thing like that before. So, me having eating disorder or eating issue is because y'all won't back off of harassing me, and that's the only damn way I can cope. Like I ain't on freaking drugs, or that I'm not an alcoholic. I could have been a druggie or alcoholic, but y'all think that being quote unquote greedy is more disgraceful than being an alcoholic or a druggie or something. So so I mean, the only way my mental health can heal is if people will leave me alone and let me live a normal life. So I really believe that was Lee Wang coming on another account after I blocked him. I'm like, what the hell is an Asian person doing being obsessed with me? And then you all the way in a different country. Usually Asians avoid me like the plague, at least here in America, So, I mean, like, what are you doing following me around? You look like, this Lee Wang person, he looked like a freshman in college. So, if it wasn't him, then I don't know who that was. But, they love to attack the food issue and want to trigger me on purpose and falsely accuse me of being greedy and stuff like that, So, they got skinny people who eat more than I do. If you go to any all-you-can-eat restaurant and you see, a man pile his plate up with what look like 12 eggs and then have like 6 donuts, 12 eggs, and 3 glasses of chocolate milk. And you wonder, how is that man skinny as a toothpick and eating like that? And then he might have like 24 pieces of bacon on the side. And they're like, how the hell are you still skinny? So, with all that annoyances, all those annoyances, and they had a brownish green approximately 2005 model of Jeep Liberty with one tail light super early this morning. And then they had another truck with one fog light out, or what I call strange headlights, super early this morning. And so then I went to eat, and then ate breakfast. And the good thing that happened, that there was a lady, I don't even know, I saw her look like she picked something off the ground. And then she said that God put it on her heart to give me $10, the $10. I'm like, thank you so much, So as far as the my teeth or whatever, I try to give it a go again at trying to do oil pulling, with the coconut oil and swishing in my mouth. I nearly succeeded at doing the whole 20 minutes. I almost didn't make it, but it's been the first time in a long time I did the oil pulling. And I saw a video on it in the middle of the night, and it helped to it helped me to be re-encouraged again to try to do it, because I usually don't have the patience to do oil pulling, but and I don't really be having a spoon on me to scoop up the oil and put it in my mouth and start swishing it around. Excuse me. So I took later on after breakfast. I took 2 spoonfuls of the oil, ingested it, and also I took, like, I had no lunch, but in the middle of the around lunchtime, I had a big cup of I added the clay, the bentonite clay, in my in a big cup of water, and drank it, and to help with the menstrual cramps. It really works. The bentonite clay, and then later on today I had, with my dinner, I had my amazing grass supplement. So so I didn't have to pay for dinner, so that's another good thing, but earlier today they had this white lady that was smacking her gum in my ear, and that being in combination with the online perps riling me up and making me angry, I pretty much had difficulty controlling my anger and rage and temper, and pretty much verbally snapped on everybody that was around me, especially if you in my way and you stand around and I'm just angry and just want to get away. That lady, she was smacking her gum in my ear, and it was very triggering that my ears are hypersensitive. Like, come on, lady, you dumb. And I feel like whoever's got poor manners like that, you're a narcissistic abuser. And I'm thinking about doing a video on that too, about how narcissistic abusers, if you're like 50 and 60 years old and you do stuff like blast loud TV, or you just poor, like people with narcissistic personalities, they got poor manners and very disrespectful, and just don't give a damn. So also, when I had to use, like, I took I had a couple of hours of sleep earlier this morning, and then I had to use the bathroom, and then this other white lady, deliberately and on purpose, rushed to beat me to the bathroom, and then I was forced to go way downstairs to use the bathroom, and she sat in that bathroom and like, you beat me to the bathroom and then take a shit, and then I gotta sit there, and me sitting there having to wait, and then I had to go all the way downstairs, and I already, when I had the fluid retention, I end up, with the swelling and fluid retention and the forced urination, that lady forced me to end up peeing on myself, and which caused more blood to be in my panties. Yeah, I'm going to be, explicit, because this is how y'all got me out here homeless on the streets, and I'm just, letting y'all know of what I got to deal with as being homeless, targeted, and now, painful menstruation and all that, and then forced urination to humiliate me. And so then everything else was fine. And then they had this young white boy, looked like he was definitely 18 years old. He didn't even have facial hair, not a strand of facial hair, and abusive and disrespectful, and that got underneath my skin. And he came near me and the only one sitting in here by me for so many hours, everything was quiet and calm and normal. I ended up, after dinner, helplessly dozing off and falling asleep. I've been taking, I guess, cat naps off and on throughout the day. And then what he did was he kept on taking paper out of a notebook, and was how I knew he was a perp was he was being very noisy with turning the page, like back and forth, like, and it's like, I'm like, are you that ridiculous with being noisy with, I didn't tell him anything, but I just kept on looking at him like, are you serious? It was all quiet for so many hours, and you just randomly start to, when you turn the page on your notebook, you just did it like every 2 or 3 seconds, and just very noisy with it, enough to get me to stare at you and say and be on the verge of saying something. So then he gave me the hate, anger, and look, like as if I'm forbidden to look, and then try to frighten, intimidate, and scare me. And I'm like, I'm thinking in my head, you motherfucker, you're young enough to be my child. You don't get to, you don't try to tell me where to look. If you wouldn't, deliberately try to draw attention to yourself, and me and you the only one in here, and everything else is quiet, and I'm sitting here trying to get all the rest that I could. I just woke up from dozing off and sleeping, and then I woke up and I had bizarre, wild dreams that I think was dream manipulation, and I was, dozed off and fell asleep while, trying to listen to the Bible, and it's like I felt bad because I didn't even get to. I didn't realize that the last time I listened to the Bible was February 18th, and it's now March 1st, and I'm like, I feel like really bad, So I was listening to the Bible, and then, kept dozing off, but I'm glad I got me a couple of hours of sleep. And then he was like noisily turning the page, like, you can turn the page and be like more quiet, or, but you know how perps do, deliberately just make noise on purpose to get you to say something, on purpose to set you up to get into an argument. So, set you up to get wrongfully banned from XYZ place. So, that's what he was trying to do. And then he gave me the hate, anger, and look, like as if I'm forbidden to look. And then try to frighten, scare, bully, and intimidate me. And then he got mad and frustrated, like over-exaggerated mad, and started, like, gather his belongings and was slamming stuff and, like, threw his bag on a chair and yanked his, like he got real, real mad at me. Like, you a narcissistic, disrespectful child, and you acting like that. I know you're a perp. Like, they sent you up here on purpose to pretend to fake monitor and surveil me. So certain things I can't even go into more detail. Well, at the moment, yeah, so I got only maybe like 5 more minutes to talk, and then I have to leave. 5 more minutes to talk, and then I have to leave. But that startled and bothered me, for the past, what happened about 10:45 tonight. So it's 11:20 right now. So it happened, a little over a half hour ago, So, but the online perp, whoever that was, all the way from the UK, was harassing me online and falsely accused me of, lied and said, well, Candy, like, he had more than one. I mean, after I blocked him, he created another fake account to make up more lies and harass me more. And then the Sunshine perp, and that whoever perp that called themselves Teresa Jerome or God's Gym. I don't even know if that's Trisha under a different name, or who else's name is Teresa Jerome. So whoever Teresa Jerome is that falsely called themselves God's Gym, but GEM, and then go around stalking, following, and harassing me and acting like a perp. And then you buddy with that Sunshine person who's a perp, not Sunshine 849 who's a target individual, but the other person who's a perp named simply Sunshine. So so every time the targeted individual Sunshine 849, whenever she give me supportive comments on my channel, or a lot of other people too, it's like they delete the perps delete the doggone comments. Whatever supportive comments, they delete the doggone comments. And then people get frustrated and think it's me, and it's not me, you know. So I mean, that's confusing and frustrating. But whoever that was from the UK, after I blocked him this morning, he created another account to come and harass me and emphasize and falsely accuse me of always recording children, or always like, oh yeah, like you got into an argument with the 16-year-old in Pensacola. Well, I'm way in Cincinnati now. What you bringing up was going on in Pensacola, and I've been in Cincinnati for, just about almost a whole month now. And you talking about what I did in Pensacola. You're way in the UK. It's none of your business. So it looks like the rain stopped, the bad weather stopped, and I don't even know if the online perps, they falsely accused me of harassing and terrorizing innocent kids, and that boy and his mom, they weren't even going to the reception. They came out of their hotel room, and after I had the incident with the Indian guy at the front desk, they came out of their room, and the mom and the son, it looked like they were already walked out of the room laughing at me as I was coming to my room, like as if they knew what happened, and they weren't even there physically to see what happened, the altercation between me and the Indian guy. And then, I had it all on film, and then, they walked out of the room laughing at me. The mom was laughing at me, and she, the perps use their kids, and they teach their kids to perp. So, I wasn't even trying to film, but one time I didn't get that on film, but when I first came there with the reservation that Thursday or Friday night, I think it was, and I walked to my room for the first time for that night, and then after I got the keys and stuff, and then the mom sent the boy to walk out with a big huge ass dog, and the boy was gonna let the dog attack me. In the moment I walk to, every time I come to my room, they're always leaving out of their room. So that's how I know that they're perps too. Weird, So before I go, it's 11:25. I gotta get going, but I'm gonna say one more thing. Before I go, I'm gonna say that the perps also did this. The perps, there was another temp service where I was supposed to have a 3:00 interview. Like, they kept on sending me emails pestering me to fill out this application now with this temp service. And then, I applied yesterday, and then I filled out the application this morning. And then, because they kept bugging me, but they said I needed to have a regular computer. So that's why I didn't fill out the application right away. But then I figured that I filled out the application on my phone anyway, and it went through, because they said that the application wouldn't work on Google Chrome, which is on my phone. So the application wouldn't work. But they said that, but then it did work. So then I was supposed to have had the interview at 3:00. I was prepped and ready, and I was in here by myself, no interruptions or nothing. Nobody else was in here, and thankfully. And then next thing you know, they stood me up, and I heard nothing. I got no interview, and then I called the office an hour later and asked why there was no interview. And then they kept on giving me the runaround to different offices playing games and everything. So no job interview, just no job, no nothing, y'all. So look like I'm gonna continue to have the need to ask for help. So thanks for listening to me. I'm gonna see y'all. Oh, I'm gonna be all right. I'm gonna make it. But you know, I'm just letting y'all know what's going on. So I'm gonna see y'all later in a few minutes, and I gotta go.